Hey guys, we're going to continue our theme, extreme leadership. What an exciting theme to talk about. Now, we've said our definition, the working definition that we're going to use, is selfless, courageous influence that inspires lasting greatness in others. How in the world are we going to do that? Well, I believe the first thing that we have to talk about and address is self-leadership. So for the next 3 sessions, we're going to deal with self-leadership and some ideas and thoughts on self-leadership, some ways that we can really lead ourselves well. I know for me, I am the hardest person that I ever have to lead. Now, I didn't believe that at first. As a matter of fact, I would blame others. I would think that it was their fault, their problem. And, to be fair, it was mutual. But what I realized and recognized, it started with me. And when I began to change, it was amazing how much everyone else changed. That's a hard pill to swallow. And I believe that it's hard for a lot of leaders. Because in leadership position, you think, hey, you're the leader and people need to do what you say. And that's how it goes. But self-leadership is so important. And I love to talk about it because I think that that's where extreme leadership in the way that we're talking about and have defined extreme leadership starts. That's the place, that's the foundation. And so I want us to really look, even if those of you that do not feel like you're a leader, if you don't have a leadership position title yet, this is the starting place. If you will get good at leading yourself, even though you may not have a leadership position now, you could be ready when you get a leadership position. And that's such a novel thought, isn't it? To be prepared for a position you may receive one day. Now, for those of you that are leaders, going back and reflecting, looking in the mirror, this is a tough thing to do. How well are you leading yourself? And more specifically, how well are you leading yourself in the area of personal relationships? Studies show us this. When there's a problem in our lives, in our relationships, we go to primarily 2 groups of people. The first is our family members, a family member, and then a friend. Why? Well, because usually there's someone within our family organization and dynamic that we trust, and we trust our good friends. So we go to them and ask for advice when we have personal relational issues and problems. One of the things that I've noticed is often those people aren't qualified. Even though we trust them, even though we're asking for their advice, they're not really qualified to give us that advice because they've not invested and equipped themselves in that area that we're asking advice on. So I believe it's very important for us that we equip ourselves to solve problems when it comes to our relationships, our personal relationships. Leaders really do solve problems. And the better a leader is able to solve problems, the better influence that the leader gains and the more success the leader has. So why not start with solving problems in an area that we're all going to face problems from time to time, in the area of our personal relationships? I've been known to give horrible advice to my friends. Now, I'm not proud of that, but that's a fact. And I've gotten horrible advice from some well-intended family members. I remember one particular situation where a dear family member of mine advised me to make an investment. It was terrible. I lost $425,000 because I listened to someone that wasn't equipped as much as they should have been and maybe qualified to give me that advice. So I want to ask you this. I ask you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on how well do you solve problems in the area of your personal relationships. That's the challenge question. Here's what I've seen. I've seen that most of us are giving advice that's not qualified. It's not really good advice. And here's what I've realized too. If we're not hanging around the right people that are equipping themselves well first, then we're going to get and give the wrong advice many times. So again, go back and ask yourself, how well are you able to solve problems and bring solutions to personal relationships? And if we will equip ourselves well first, lead ourselves well first, we will be better able to lead those around us.